We did it.
We did it. We're on time.
We're on the right.
We're 1 minute late.
now.
There
It's
we
the
go.
right account. We
Is
got it. Yeah, we got it.
Sure.
Yes.
Hello.
Angle this down so you can see Leanne.
Oh, thank you. YouTube.
Put on the timer.
Put on the timer. We're really going to try to keep this. Last week we went over by a lot, but it was because we missed the week before.
Yeah, that was
We
a
had
lot to talk about for
kind
sure.
of go over, but this week we really have to keep it tight.
Keep it tight.
Keep it tight.
Well, what do we got?
I don't know. Where do you want to start? Okay, so first, it's the
weird.
last few days of ordering or pre-ordering the milled Charlotte.
Hello, hello.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
So it's the last couple days. It ends on Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday. Sunday is the last day you can pre-order the milled Charlotte, and then we're going to be moving on to the.
Wait. So we had to change this because we ran out of the milled leather.
We did.
So they have more on order, and it should be here any day. But I don't have enough cut out for the big Chloe, so we have to swap the mini Chloe and the big Chloe's order. So I'll have to change that on the site. We kind of realized that because I missed one little tiny piece for the mini Chloe, which is an important piece.
Yes.
But
So what are you saying? Are we gonna hold, or are we?
because on the side Chloe is next,
Correct.
but what's actually going to happen is mini Chloe.
Okay, but are we doing mini Chloe next week? Is that
Yes.
still the plan? Okay.
Still the plan.
Okay. Got it.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I probably made it more confusing than it had to be, but
You're usually pretty good at that.
I'm great at it.
Yeah, so Monday you'll be able to pre-order the milled mini Chloe in all of our colors, including red. And now just remember, there's 10 slots available. And once we hit 10, we close it down. I'm not done prototyping that milled mini Chloe, but I can
show the pieces?
grab the pieces. You can kind of get a vibe of what it's going to look like.
The other crazy thing is tomorrow is regular order week.
Ugh.
I know. February, I mean, it's a shorter month. We had an extra day this year, but
Yeah.
it still goes by so fast. So because of all the pre-orders, we're going to limit like regular ordering too. Got too much happening right now.
There's a lot going on.
And we actually just kind of solidified plans up until December.
Got a lot going on.
Got a lot happening.
So she doesn't have her gusset on yet, but
It's kind of.
so it looks a little silly goose. But the red is
Yeah.
looks super good.
I think this one
the
and
Gus.
well, I'm excited for the regular Chloe too, but
Yeah, I'm for sure.
Yeah.
So that will be what you can pre-order with a gusset. So we've got to get that done. I know it's very silly. But working with this leather is just really, really nice.
so this is the milled if you've never seen it. So. Whoa.
And just to reiterate again, of course, that the red is a limited run that we're doing.
Right.
So you're not going to be able to get it again. And second reminder is that you can order the Sally and the Betty in milled red for the duration of pre-orders. So those are going to be up until we get all the way through the designs. Okay. That's
So do you want to talk about, so somebody was doing some designing yesterday, and I think we came to the conclusion that we have to switch up
Oh yeah.
the new
Let me
design
grab
that's
that.
supposed to launch
Wait. Okay.
between the reds.
Yes, I'm going to show you guys. So we had talked about, I was supposed to, in between, once the milled pre-orders were done, we were going to then launch the Big Sally. And once the Big Sally was done, we were going to go into regular red, which is like regular bridal red, not milled. However, I finished up the Big Sally that I had started with the idea of finishing that and then kind of tweaking the design to make it a little bit longer or chopping a little bit off the top of it, because I just felt that the shape is a totally fine shape and it's great, but it just felt a little like too
It wasn't dramatic
basic.
enough.
Yeah. So I will show you guys that now. So this is the milled Big Sally, all complete. However, I did start to pattern out, and this is adjustable strap. I did start to pattern out the, oh, sorry.
An
YouTube,
entirely different design.
Well, no. I did start to pattern out this with the idea of like changing this basic shape. So originally I was going to chop a little off the top because I just felt like it was very basic, rectangle, whatever. And then I thought, well, I don't want it to be chopped off the top because then you're really not going to be able to fit quite as much in there as I wanted. So then I was like, well, I'll just make it a little wider this way. So I started to pattern it out, and I just kept feeling like this is a waste of time. Like, that is how I felt personally. And it's a great bag. It does fit a bunch of stuff. It's very versatile and like kind of casual, but if you got it probably in black, maybe you could make it feel less casual, that sort of thing, depending on your outfit.
Someone was doing some designing yesterday, so the same tone my wife gets when I order new fabric swatches.
Somebody order new fabric. That is, yeah.
Someone's making things more complicated around here.
It's me.
It's you.
Just so you guys can see, like this strap gets much longer than this even, but for me, like this is how it would wear. But so in doing it, I just felt like a couple things. So the original one that I have here is not fully lined on the inside, and I felt like it should be. So you can see it's kind of like an accordion. You can fit, there's like a gusseted section, just kind of an envelope-y section, and a zipper pocket in the back.
Well, this was also designed prior to milled like ever coming out.
Yeah.
So.
Besides, yeah. So anyways, I was like, you know, it needs to be lined. And then kind of like pricing that out in my head, I'm like, this is going to be a pretty expensive bag, but it's also kind of basic. What do you think about red quilted leather? I've never done that before, but it sounds cool. I mean, I love quilting and I love red, so there you go. But it's going to be an expensive bag once it's lined, and it's kind of a very basic bag, so I just didn't feel like, I just felt like there was something missing, a piece of our DNA that just wasn't in it. And so I had this other idea in my head that I had like mentally, you know, been trying to work out, which is
She's trying to say it wasn't exciting enough.
It wasn't fun enough.
Yeah, it wasn't fun enough.
It's a great bag, and we're probably going to go ahead and sell this prototype, but I have a better idea. I'm going to try my best.
It's very quiet luxury. Yes.
Yeah, but maybe like a little too quiet for me. And
well,
I love quiet luxury, but
so like, yeah, there's got to be something about it that.
The thing is I always just love shape, right? Like that's what I have fun with, and so I'm gonna show you guys a very weird part of a bag that I was just trying to figure out.
You're gonna show them that?
Yeah, why not? Am I not allowed to?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna show you anyway. I was just trying to figure out this like gusset construction, the construction of this bag, to see if I could do it. Now I could definitely make this bag much simpler, but you know, I tend to not do that. So I tried to make it real complicated first, and maybe I'll end up making it more simple in the end. We'll find out, but I'll show you. So this is like a very small sample of the side of a bag. But so the intent would be that, okay, if you look inside the bag, this here would be a zipper pocket that would kind of delineate a bigger area and a smaller area. And then this would be basically like an accordion, so that you could, because on this zipper pocket front, there might be some pockets, things like that. So it would accordion fold out so that you could reach that stuff very easily. And then have this really nice flat gusset on the side that would create a really beautiful shape. And I'm going to show you the pattern piece for the front of the bag.
If we're here every week, we should get first looks at designs. That's what
I like
Daniel
whoever
says.
said that. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah. So this is crazy complicated. You should have seen her brain working as she was working on it. I was not allowed to talk to her.
No, I got very angry with him. So this is essentially like the front piece. You can see this would be the closure, like the lid. Let's see if I can kind of line it up here. And like, I'm not done, like I definitely not done patterning this out, but the idea was to kind of make this like, it's not gonna do it quite right, but this like kind of longer,
Baguette-y.
we'll call it baguette-y type of bag with a top handle of some sort. I don't know if it will be like a short top handle or a long top handle. That would be more like a shoulder strap. Still kind of playing with that idea, but it would then have the zipper pocket, just a lot of organization in there, which like most of our bags are really just like one pocket and a zipper pocket that's like at the back. So it would be an expensive bag, but I felt like the design of it, the look of it, the kind of like what you're getting out of the bag also makes sense with it. Whereas the other bag, I'm like, it's an expensive bag, but it's very kind of basic, which I felt like wasn't right. The other fun thing, and I will show you guys this, is the type of closure that I'm considering doing for it.
If it's that complicated now, just imagine how complicated the next one will be. I know. Well, I didn't see this one come in at all. As far as like...
It was in my head and I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you didn't talk about it, so I was blindsided a little bit. It's fine. I think the other thing you were trying to figure out was the magnet part. So like if this... If this was like expandable, would it make sense to then have a magnet there to keep it together? Or is the closure that she's about to show you enough to keep it nice
I think it won't need the magnets.
I don't think so either,
so
after seeing this.
First I'm probably gonna sandwich in another piece of bridal leather in between. This is milled, by the way, so it's like kind of softer. So I'm probably gonna sandwich in a piece of veg in between here to give that gusset some more structure. But yeah, I think as long as the lid has a tight enough closure, it should kind of keep that gusset in there. So the closure that I'm thinking of doing, let's see if I can hold this up. This is so silly. Is whatever. It's a turn lock, which I haven't done yet. It's hard for me to show you.
Well, it's something we've been thinking about for a long time, but none of the bags that were coming out made sense with it.
Felt like they, So I'm excited to use this one. We've also been looking for one that felt like it made sense with our bags. Now the reason I like this one is one, it's very small, and it's not a perfect circle, but it's darn close. Maybe it is a perfect circle.
It probably is. Or maybe it's you might be right. It's slightly oval.
It's hard because this oval confuses the eye. It might actually be a perfect circle. But like on our bags, we have a lot of like gold rings and things like that I feel like kind of nod back to the fact that this is a perfect circle, whereas a lot of turn locks you see are square or rectangular or oval. I like that this is a perfect circle, and I think would look just like really, really cool on this bag, especially because I do intend to like, this is the lid coming down here. This would kind of go there. It's so hard for me to show you guys. There we go. And then there's going to be like a quilted strip that kind of goes there and kind of leads to it, if that makes sense.
That's always my goal. If I can make something X amount of complicated, then why not make the next one a little bit more? How can I sabotage my production speed without designing complicated things?
Yeah.
That does hurt. I'm like, finally, we got everything to like use this one thing. Oh, well, the next one won't.
No. Well, part of it too is like a lot of what inspires me is shape, but is also construction.
Yes.
And just upping my personal skills. Like that's what makes doing what I do fun. If I just did like the same style over and over again in different iterations, which we do some of that, but I'd say we do kind of have like a broad range, and like that is the fun part for me. So, yeah, just gonna keep on pushing.
So the Big Sally likely not happening.
Yeah.
In the way that we thought.
Yes.
So this one we don't know when it's going to be complete because Leanne was just working on it now.
Yeah.
We've got a lot happening.
Yeah, I have to put a pause on it right now. I'm going to come back to it later because we just have a lot to do. We have a lot of orders to get through. A lot of the milled orders are also more time-consuming, complex for me to finish, so I got to get through a lot of that before I can kind of get back to her.
So it would probably mean it would be coming out after the veg red.
Yeah, I think that's the absolute soonest it would happen.
But that's also kind of the latest I'd want to launch something too. So
Agreed. Yeah.
So if it doesn't happen, it might end up being a fall design.
Yep.
But yeah, we're still working on that part.
Yes.
Obviously. But yeah, that's what Leanne was up to yesterday, even though she wasn't supposed to be.
And then I was like, and tomorrow I'll start patterning it out. And he goes, no, tomorrow you need to get back to work.
Get back to regular work.
So here we are.
It's hard because you have so much fun doing this.
I really do.
I don't want to stop you at a point where, like, you know, I think you figured out a good chunk here.
I did.
So.
It won't be wiggly when there's
No, it
another
won't be
side
wiggly.
on it.
It's just so funny to see a corner. It's almost like you just chopped it up.
It's kind of like, it reminds me of, like, did you ever go to Sears as a kid and they'd have, like, the tiny tents? You ever see that?
Oh, like set up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like
A lot of
tents,
stores
but
did
like the scale of a doll.
Oh, tiny tents.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, like a camping tent. Here's the exact same camping tent, but like the size of a doll.
1/32 scale. Okay, what else? So we kind of, like I was saying before, we kind of solidified some secret gusset time.
What was the one before that?
Oh, jeez. I love seeing the creative process.
Oh, hey. Yeah, it's fun. It's the most fun part. Oh, it'll also have feet on the bottom, but I just didn't bother putting any hardware on this because just trying to figure out the construction of it.
So we're going to be discontinuing 2 colors.
We are. That's
by the end of the
true.
year. So one will happen in May, I think, and then the other one will happen closer to fall. I think we had decided even which they're going to be.
Which colors?
Yeah, but I don't think we're ready to share that.
Okay, that's fine. And I think we also decided what's
we're
going to
also
come
gonna
in at their
add
place.
2 colors.
Yeah. So.
And it'll be kind of, what's the word? Staggered. So one will go away. I think we'll then add one, and then one goes away, and then we'll add one. I think that's how it goes.
So we're going to be, you're not like,
There'll be some holes.
There'll be,
But it's intentional. And also, I think we're going to discontinue at least 2 designs.
Dun, dun, dun.
Which is crazy.
I think we decided on one.
Yeah.
But we have yet to decide on the other.
I think we could get 3, but if you keep making them more complicated, there's less total designs you're going to be able to produce.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Is colored leather
Colored leather
as other materials?
No.
No.
Is colored leather dyed?
I don't believe so. Honestly, I
don't
don't
know
know
how
about
other
other
material-
materials
Probably not.
enough to give you a correct answer because I work in leather. I did work in textiles for a long time, but that was print design, so I wasn't actually working with like the dyeing process. So.
It depends. Like you can. There's a lot of different methods.
Oh, okay. Can't wait to see the new Sally, or will it get a new name? So if you just missed it, we went over that this is the new Sally. However, we're not going forward with it. I apologize.
I apologize.
But basically, to make a long story short, in patterning it out and realizing how much leather it would be because I would want to do it lined, I felt it was going to be too expensive of a bag for a design that was a little too basic. And I felt like it didn't have our DNA in it enough to feel good about putting that expensive a bag out into the world without enough of us in it, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Oh, and one of the colors is a secret custom one.
Yay!
We're super excited about that.
Very excited. Yes, we had some really great phone calls with the tannery, and we are working on our very first custom color.
I guess technically. Yeah, that's fine.
Although red is kind of as well.
Yeah. And then I have like, this doesn't matter for them, like machine plans. Like when I have to order that, if we want to do, if that comes back, when I would get those, and like the same thing for like the new color, for strap color.
Oh, yeah.
That was just my own.
Okay. Yes.
I think that's all I have.
Machines that we're talking about. What do you mean too expensive 20% extra cost. So I just mean that,
For the amount of leather and time it takes to
Yeah.
make that design,
yeah,
the cost we would have to put it at wouldn't be,
I don't think
I
that
guess, competitive
it's not
based
even,
on the design.
it's, yeah, yes. So like if you would see a similar bag out in the world, and obviously ours I think would be superior in the fact that it would be fully lined with beautiful vegetable tan milled leather and all of this stuff. It's still just, in the end, when you look at it, it is a very basic looking bag.
And some people
our
would
leather
like
is
that.
not cheap.
I think what people expect is a little bit more shape, a little bit more design from.
Yeah. I just want to make sure what I'm putting out in the world also has fully our DNA in it, and if I feel strongly about it, I also feel like I
She's trusting
personally
her instincts here.
wouldn't spend as much money on that bag just because there are so many bags out in the world that look relatively similar that are probably at a much lower price point. No, obviously, again, ours would be elevated in the fact that it's fully lined, it's vegetable tan leather, it's, but it is a lot of leather. And so in the end, that would be a very expensive bag for a very basic kind of look. And I tend to design things that have a lot of like shape to them, and I just felt like it wasn't in that bag. If that makes sense. So.
Are your color choices at all influenced by current color trends? So the
Somewhat.
red definitely
The red was, yeah. If you guys haven't been keeping your eye on fashion in any way, red was huge last fall. It's going to be huge again this spring, and
So
from what I'm
large.
looking into next fall, even it seems like it's still stringing along. So to me, that's like, you can look at the runways and there's tons of micro trends and there's tons of trends to like to see and put together. But there are certain things that are like clearly bigger trends that are going to stick around for a longer period of time. Those are the things that I will then kind of a little bit latch onto or bring into what we do.
If they make sense with what we're doing.
If they make sense with what we're doing, exactly. So in this case, red is literally everywhere, and it will be for, I think, a longer duration than other colors have been.
Yeah, it's also super classic. So
And it
it's
is a
not
super
like,
classic bag, so it's not like you're going to look at it in like 20 years and be like,
Whoa.
ugh, this like neon green bag, I wouldn't wear this anymore. But like red is red, and it is very classic.
7 minutes left.
Yes, so sometimes I do take that into consideration. Other times I'm just picking things that I think look really good with our collection.
Have you ever lined a bag with suede? We haven't.
No, we have not.
Beautiful bags with a tease. We'll return. Need to go to work.
No worries. We will
Yeah, we
post
do
this
too.
so you guys can watch it back later. How is your...
Who's your favorite designer?
Oh, that's really difficult. I don't know if I have one to name because I feel like it's almost more like collections that I get excited about. I do really like Margaret Howell a lot. Yeah, I like Celine, like some of the collections for them I've liked a lot. Some of Chloe's Miu Miu. There's a lot that I've liked parts of. I don't know. I can't name one. But yes. Did we miss anything that you wrote down? We went over all of it.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that's most everything. Right now, I'm kind of switching gears, just getting back to all the orders, trying to knock them out of here as fast as I can. And I will return to this fun little mock-up another day. Yeah. What is your smallest bag? Thoughts on the popularity of mini bags? I'm fine with a mini bag.
We talked about that last week.
I'm not as into micro bags because
Micro-bags.
I have asked people what do you put in them, and it seems like
You don't?
you don't. It's like headphones. Maybe your keys, AirPods.
That was it.
Yeah.
Mini micro. Extra small.
Yeah, I'm fine with a mini bag. Like we have our mini Bowery, which is the smaller version of our
You could just
regular
put
Bowery.
leather outside of a clip, and that would be your bag. You just wear it, right?
Sure.
And then
And that's the handle.
put your
That's the
penny in
hardware.
there. It's your lucky penny bag.
Okay. Do you have any new tools in the workshop that speed up your work?
We're considering
we have
some upgrade changes,
Yes, we are considering some new.
but nothing relatively new.
No.
We have a clicker, we have a burnisher, we have rivet setters, sewing machines.
Yeah, 2-cylinder machines. I'd love to get.
Hand skiver.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been talking about getting a bell skiver. We've been talking about getting a strap cutter.
And
we always talk about post beds, but we have yet to do that. It's a big purchase. So.
Yeah. I'm also interested in the glue machine.
Honestly, that clip is a brilliant idea. I've yet to be sold on the glue machine, but maybe I need to watch a video of someone using it.
That it's water based. So we have the glue to test to see if we love it. But yeah.
Could you ID the red bag? Could
you ID the red bag we're seeing again?
Oh,
this one.
It's not finished. There's no gusset on it currently. But this is our mini Chloe. Again, mini. See, we have a big Chloe and a mini Chloe. The big Chloe is
a regular Chloe.
A shoulder bag, and this is more of a handbag style. So that's what that is.
Get your questions in 3 minutes and 44 seconds.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have to put timers on these or they'll...
That clip might be a great idea. You guys, you heard it first.
I think there is someone that made a bag with a giant version.
A big one, but if you do the small one,
okay.
Put your lucky penny in there.
I love my mini Chloe. Yay, I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, everyone who's gotten their mini Chloe so far, I feel like we've had such awesome feedback from.
Yes.
So thank you to everyone who's done that because it feels really good to hear that.
Yeah, we've gotten some,
What is the code for naming your bags? So we don't have a code necessarily, but thus far, we used to have our bags named as very utilitarian names like circle bag, half circle bag, that sort of thing. Then when we had our first child, we had a long list of girl names and very few boy names, and of course we ended up having a boy. So we had this long list of girl names. I had felt like we needed to give more personality to our bags because the names that they had were kind of very basic and boring, and I wanted to make them more exciting. So we kind of have been pulling off of that baby girl name list for a while. So
yeah. And I like them to make sense.
Yeah, and then we also have some.
What they look like.
Yeah, we also do have some that, like the Bowery is like a place. So we do have some that are places as well. But yeah.
What type of machine is behind you?
That's our Cobra Class 26. We have 2 of them. It's great. I highly recommend if you want to sew bags. It's a great machine. And we got 2 so that I can do 2 different colors at one time. What was that?
Whoa, careful.
Something flew in front of me.
Do you feel your TikTok presence has made a significant difference in sales? So I actually had this conversation with someone not that long ago.
Yeah, that's funny.
I feel like before they were taking ads, like ad money, it was very like organic, and it still is a little bit more so than some other platforms, but there was more reach, there was more surprise, like you got a lot of views. That happened to us recently. We had like a 500,000 view on TikTok. But it's a lot less consistent than what we were experiencing before. Doesn't mean we don't put as much time into it as we do like Instagram. But I think it's still viable as a platform. You just have to utilize it to the best of your ability. Yeah, like I said, we don't put a whole ton of time into it.
I feel like
repackaged some of our other stuff for
before they started taking ad rev, we had some crazy growth on there and like crazy amounts of people going to the website. Obviously, that turned into sales, and it's just changed ever since they started taking ad revenue. It's still good, but it's not.
It's like
insane
any
it
platform.
was.
There's like a trajectory that's going to happen, and then once it gets adopted by more people, then like the age range will change. It'll get a little bit. It'll skew older.
Yeah, it was very young
in the beginning.
Yeah.
And now like it's like and the algorithm kind of points you in the direction of things you like. So it's not bad. It's just.
Yeah, we do put more effort into our Instagram because for us, we've seen so many more just return customers and just like followers that keep interacting with us, keep in communication, join our live streams, that sort of thing.
I think
so
people,
for
if they
us, it's
find us
more.
through TikTok, they'll come to our Instagram
Yeah.
and then they'll interact more there.
Yeah.
And
I do think that
or our
Instagram
website.
feels like a place where you can interact more so on a personal
I
level
agree.
than TikTok.
we don't get that many like comments or
I mean, we used
DMs
to. We
on
used to
TikTok.
get. I don't know about DMs, but definitely used to get a buttload of.
But, like, we get a
comments,
ton
so
of
I couldn't even
DMs.
get back to them.
through Instagram.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think we did it all.
We did it. I love your lives. Last week's was beautiful. I wanted to ask if you have any of your milled scraps available for purchase. So we have very few milled scraps.
Yes.
Um,
The one
I might-
really, well, one of the really great things about milled is that you get to use a lot of the hide, which
Yeah.
I am super happy about.
It's a good question.
So do we have? I don't know. Do you know better than I do?
The pile is right there. It's like this big.
Yeah.
It's like not that much.
Yeah.
And I still actually there's still stuff we can use
some
in there.
Yeah.
So we'll probably have less milled scraps. They might end up being eventually like when all the colors come back, it'll be more like a potpourri box if we do that.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
I do have some black and sienna and the end of russet to kind of process into scrap boxes. So time's up.
Yeah.
I know.
That was our
All right,
alarm.
final questions because we're out of here.
I think we got the final questions.
Do we?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you again next week. Just to reiterate again, Sunday is the last day.
Sunday.
You can order the milled Charlotte. Also, the milled red Charlotte will be gone after that. And then after that, instead of doing the Chloe for pre-orders next week, we are going to be doing the mini Chloe. If we flip-flop them, it's just a matter of leather. And yeah, if you didn't get to see, you might want to watch this back because I went over some new design stuff that we're going to be working on, and I think that's
Oh,
everything.
if you have an opinion about when we bring milled back, if we should do the 6 designs that we launched, or should we do all of them, I'd love to hear that. Oh, jeez. I think I said that last time, but always at the end. No one's even watching right now.
We got some fun. All right, guys. We will catch you guys next week. Same time, same place. That's
Our
it.
basement. Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
Oh, we didn't talk about that.
Maybe next time.
Okay. Big news next week.
All right. See ya.